This is the worst possible start to the day for farmer Malte Vochts. Once again, the harvester has gotten stuck in the field after moving only 20 metres. If the harvester can't get out, the farmer still has to pay the farmhands for doing nothing, once again. In eastern Germany, the ground is often nightmarish for farmers. The rescue effort fails again.
By Brandenburg standards, July was extremely wet, with over 200 millimeters of rainfall. We're not used to that, and it leads to the sort of conditions you see here. Our simplest and lightest vehicles get stuck.
Not even this little tractor can make it through all the mud. But Malte has to move on, off to investigate the next disaster, he says. His farm is 3,200 hectares in size, most of it planted in grain. His property has lots of problem zones. The heavy rains have kept him from harvesting. The soil is too wet, and so is the wheat. Every delay costs him money, and yield declines with every additional day the field is like a wetland. Vochts already expects the crop to be 40% less than last year.
It really hurts. We're in a position to survive this for maybe 1 year, but our figures are much poorer than we originally planned, so please not again next year.
For the farm to survive, a solution for the harvest must be found fast. Otherwise, he could go bankrupt this year. Midday finally brings some welcome news.
Oh, even if it does drizzle, it don't matter.
The weather gets better. Maybe the afternoon will be just dry enough to harvest grain. And a specialist has arrived. He charges €5,000 a day for his services and a tracked harvesting machine.
Well, let's give it a try. I've been driving a harvester for 40 years now. I think I'll be all right.
Before he sets off for the ploughed-up, soggy fields, first a thorough technical check is carried out. Vochts uses the short break to sell a bit of this year's harvest. The dearth of grain this year has driven up the price, but not enough to compensate for the lower yield. In a normal year, this haul is not big enough for the harvest. Vochts checks the temperature regularly. The wheat is moister than usual, which can lead to temperatures of 40 degrees Celsius inside the heap, a paradise for microbes. To keep the wheat from rotting, it has to be ventilated, but its quality will still be low.
This is originally a wheat for bread, but the harvest is coming so late that it can only be used as animal feed. The quality has suffered from the weather so much that animal feed is all it's good for.
The tracked harvester proves its value in the late afternoon. The weather has been dry and the grain could be brought in. In the previous week, conventional harvesters on wheels could only get this far into the field. It's time to seize the moment. It looks like the high cost of the tracked harvester will pay off.
I'm glad he's helping now. This way, the damage is limited.
But Vochts will need 3 weeks of sunny weather to bring in everything still in the fields. If he can do that, he's back in business next year.